Hi, my name is Sean Spack, and I'm the Product and Sales Manager for Phantom Glide. We're here today to show you how to apply a single application of Phantom to your skis at home. So we'll be using the Phantom single application kit, but let's talk about some things you'll need to get Phantom applied to your skis and get your skis prepped before you get started. So first of all, you're going to have your Phantom Glide single application kit. You're going to need an industry approved base cleaner or simply isopropyl alcohol and some paper towels to make sure that we clean the bases properly of any wax or wax residue before we get started. And then optional but helpful would be a nylon brush here to brush the skis once the Phantom has been applied. We do provide some pads in the kit to take care of that, so you don't need the brush. But let's talk about now what comes in the kit. So what comes in the kit here from Phantom Glide, you're going to get 2 packets of Phantom. There's approximately 4 milliliters of Phantom in each one of these packets, so you'll use 1 per ski or 2 per snowboard. A pad to spread the Phantom on the ski once you put it on the ski, and then a polishing pad to brush the ski off once it's finished. So you can use these pads instead of a nylon brush, but if you have a nylon brush, you're fine to use that as well. We're going to do a quick overview of the steps so you have an understanding of what's to come and you can get kind of prepared and ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our isopropyl alcohol to clean any wax or residue off the base. You want to make sure you have a perfectly clean base before you apply Phantom. Then we're going to take our single application packets, we're going to open that packet and we're going to dribble that on the ski right down the center of the ski. And then once we apply Phantom to the ski, we're going to rub it in with this little black rubber pad here. And then we're going to set these skis in the sun for an hour. It takes 60 minutes in direct sunlight. You want to make sure that you have no cloud cover. And then once these skis are cured after an hour, you'll see a very thin sheen of residue on the ski. There's no coloration or anything like that. It's completely clear. And then we'll polish that ski off with the pads and you're ready to go. Now that we've explained what's in the kit, we're ready to apply Phantom to a ski. So the first step is going to be to base clean the ski. We're going to use your industry approved base cleaner or your isopropyl alcohol with your rubber gloves on, of course. We're going to take this paper towel, wipe that ski down thoroughly, making sure you're getting any wax residue off the ski. If it's a brand new ski, it's usually a thin layer of factory wax. If you're dealing with a used ski, we highly recommend getting your ski tuned and prepped for the season before you apply Phantom. Just ask the shop that you're working with not to apply wax to the ski. We're going to give this a quick wipe down with a dry paper towel. Once that paper towel is clean, you know you have a clean base and you're ready to go. The next step is going to be to apply the Phantom Glide. We're going to take our packets here, keep one off to the side, take a pair of scissors, trim the corner of this. Then we're going to take this Phantom Glide. Be careful. This Phantom is about the consistency of the rubbing alcohol, so you want to make sure you're holding it vertical and holding it upright before you go to apply it to the ski. When you apply it on the ski, make sure you're not pouring it past the contact points because we don't want Phantom to run off the ski. So start at the contact point of the ski here where it's flat and just simply pour Phantom down the middle of this ski. Then we're going to take our black foam pad here and we're going to start moving the Phantom, and you can see that you push it around here almost in pools. So just, I like to say, diligently move Phantom around the ski, pushing it to all the way to the tip, all the way to the tail, making sure that you're covering the entire ski. This new Phantom product is thinner and much more efficient. It absorbs into the ski faster than any previous version does before. So just continue to move the Phantom around the ski until you're completely covered and you have a nice thin sheen. And you'll notice that this starts absorbing almost immediately. Working all the way tip to tail. You want to make sure that there's no pooling or residue or excess Phantom set up on the ski anywhere. Some streaks from the pad may appear, but that's okay. So just continue to work it into the ski with the pad until there's no more Phantom pooling on the ski. So now I've got a nice thin sheen with no Phantom pooling on the ski. So unlike previous iterations of Phantom, this ski is now ready to go directly to cure. So we don't have to let this sit for 20 minutes. We don't have to wipe it off using excess of towels or rags or paper towels. So we significantly increase the efficiency and reduce the waste involved in applying Phantom. So we're going to take this ski and we're going to take this and go set it out in the sun. So we're going to place this ski here in direct sunlight on this nice sunny day. In about 60 minutes, we'll have completely cured Phantom and these skis will be ready to buff. Well, now that you've got Phantom applied to your skis, nothing left to do but sit back and relax for 60 minutes and let that stuff cure. All right, we've had the ski sitting out in the sun for the last 60 minutes, so this ski is cured and ready to brush. One thing that you'll notice is this ski looks almost identical to when we put it out in the sun. There's a very thin sheen on this ski, and there is no more white residue or thick residue that has to be removed off of this ski. With the efficiency of this new product, you're going to notice it is much more simple to get this ski prepped and ready to hit the hill, and you're going to have a much better first impression with new Phantom because of how clean this material is on the base of the ski. So we're going to use our polishing pad that comes with the kit here. So what I recommend doing is taking one of these pads, putting it in the pocket of your ski pants. It's really important in between skiing or skinning to make sure that you're keeping your bases clean. So these are a nice thing to keep in the pocket of your pant just to brush that ski down and buff it up and keep it running smooth on snow. So for this application process, we're going to take this and we're just going to make sure that any residue or any excess Phantom that may be on the surface of this ski is brushed off. So we're going to start at the tip of this ski and we're just going to polish out any of those strokes from the pad. You'll kind of just notice that everything will look a little more even. And that's all it takes. These skis are ready to mount and hit the hill.